Hello everyone, my name is Zhang Mengqiu. My student ID is MBAF22016281. My project paper is research on performance management of state-owned companies in China. China's state-owned enterprises buried in mountains of debt may be to blame for much of the mess. Managers of state-owned enterprises need to come up with new plans if they want to maintain their significant competitive advantage. The research shows that Chinese state-owned enterprises should develop and implement well-thought-out strategic plans to guide their business operations, should adopt adaptable and technologically advanced performance management systems, provide accurate evaluations for staff, and assist in design reward and incentive programs. My presentation have 5 parts: is introduction, literature review, methodology, data analysis, and discussion. First, introduction, background research. The measurement of performance is one of the most essential components of human resource management in organizations, and it also is one of the most important methods for accomplishing strategic goals in a company. By doing analysis on huge volumes of data and raising both the standard and the level of performance management, businesses are able to improve the effectiveness of the internal management systems they use to run their operations. In the ongoing endeavor that China is making to strengthen the administration of its state-owned firms, the first step that has been taken is to improve performance management. At this point in time, the vast majority of SOEs acknowledge the relevance of performance management, have explored and put into practice a number of variable solutions, and have achieved remarkable results as a result of their efforts. The current state of China's state-owned companies. Chinese government has been attempting to use the Temasek model in order to cut down on the size of its bloated public sector. In striking contrast to the incredible success that Temasek enterprises have achieved, the performance of companies that are held by SASAC is at best questionable. This stands in sharp contrast to the fact that Temasek enterprises have enjoyed extraordinary success. Problem statement. Significant problems have been given to the management of state-owned firms in China as a result of the fast expansion of the market economy and the ongoing process of globalization. In order to overcome those obstacles, Chinese state-owned firms will need to ramp up their organizational reform and innovation efforts, and they will also have to become more attuned to the requirements of the market. Efforts undertaken to enhance the administration of state-owned firms in China should concentrate primarily on finding ways to improve performance management. Research aims to assess the effectiveness of different performance management tools, to assess the application of technology in performance management, to recommend the most effective performance management policy. Research questions. What is the impact of technology on performance management? What are the outcomes of performance management in China's state-owned enterprises? What is the relationship between performance management and individual employee performance? Operation definition. The term performance management has been given a number of different meanings in various pieces of writing. The research adheres to the definition of performance management provided by Rotem, which states that performance management is a selection of measures and information that is done in order to increase the level of optimal use of facilities and resources in order to achieve the goals in ways that are economically feasible, while maintaining efficiency and effectiveness. A definition like this provides a holistic perspective on performance management and opens the door to investigate additional effects such as technology, training, resource planning, and reward management, which may have an impact on performance management. Significance of the research. At the moment, the idea of performance management is regarded to be an advanced concept that is in constant need of advancement. This study makes a contribution to the existing body of knowledge by presenting information that is novel and useful. This information will help management of China's state-owned company while also accelerating the development of the concept. The second part, literature review. Performance appraisal. In Chinese enterprises, the purpose of assessment target setting is basically to set goals, especially for state-owned enterprises, and then the enterprises strive to achieve the set goals in the planned economic stage. While China has made the transition from a planned economy to a market economy, goal setting is a top-down approach as a means of accomplishing tasks from above. It is more task-oriented, so future prospects and employee development do not receive enough attention, and this difference in assessment goals makes the appraisal process affect employee motivation and operational efficiency. Support from upper management. A person's level of commitment to an organization can be measured by their attachment to the group as well as their willingness to make significant sacrifices on its behalf. If employees believe that top-level management is not committed to or accepting of the performance management system deployment, they are more likely to pay the new system little or not attention at all. Employee engagement. Employee engagement is a relatively new idea that has gained substantial media publicity and is now viewed as crucial to the success of any organization, according to Grumman and Sachs. Employee reward management. According to the finding of several studies, payment can be beneficial when employees demonstrate a willingness to contribute to the profitability of the firm through additional efforts. The incentive program will only be successful if the workers believe that there is a causal relationship between their efforts and the benefits that they would accrue, which will push them to improve their performance. Enterprise resource planning. According to the available literature and research, employees in business that are outcome-oriented have a tendency to be more motivated, dedicated, and feel a strong sense of belonging in their workplace. Technology and performance management. There are a great number of experts who believe that management control, performance evaluation, and decision making will be improved and transformed by big data. Gaps in literature. There is a significant gap in current literature regarding appraisal, performance management system, and the impact of technology in performance management, where various studies are emerging regarding the topic. There have been less data regarding their implementation due to the slow integration of performance management. The third methodology, research design, to test the hypothesis and answer the questions of the research. The study takes a quantitative and qualitative approach in its methodology. This mixed method would effectively give the needed answers for the subject matter. Data will be selected using open and close-ended questionnaires sent through email. The sampling method used for this study will by systematic and snowballing sampling to align to the selection of large data samples. Data and data selection population. The study selected 4 state-owned businesses within Shenzhen to select data from. From the 4 companies, 20 employees and 2 HR managers from each firm were selected as participants for the study. Sampling method. The study makes use of a systematic method of data collection. The sampling method that was employed in the study was the convenience and snowballing method of data collection. This allowed to select the data at the timely and systematic manner. Sampling instrument. 2 structured questionnaires were designed and used for selecting the necessary data. These questionnaires were used mainly for measuring the 3 core constructs incorporated into the proposed research model. Data collection procedure. The questionnaires were distributed to employees and HR directors respectively in each of participating firms. The first, data analysis. This chapter comprises of data analysis from the data collected from 60 samples using questionnaires using SPSS. Table 1 represents gender of the respondents. Table 2 represents the age distribution of the respondents. Table 3 shows education background. Table 4 shows duration of workers. Table 5 shows Likert scale between the employee appraisal contributions to performance. Table 6 shows Likert scale between the technology contributions to performance. Table 7 shows Likert scale between the employee training contribution to productivity. Table 8 shows Likert scale between the personal character of employee contribution to productivity. Table 9 shows descriptive statistics of crucial variables. The above correlation analysis showed performance management had a positive impact on performance of China's state-owned companies. Conclusion. Employee engagement is influenced by training in various ways. Employees have increased interest and involvement in the creative process after receiving training. Training can increase employee motivation because it motivates employees by improving their ability to work. In addition, companies need to have training programs that effectively develop the necessary knowledge, skills, and abilities of employees so that they can successfully perform their duties on the job. Training increases the likelihood that you will perform well at work, which makes it easier for you to get excited about doing well there. Recommendations. Managers are responsible not only for overseeing the company's finances, but also for overseeing its production and operations, service delivery, strategy, policy, compliance. The task of managers is to find the resources that are best suited to achieve the goals of the organization. The greatest impact of the productivity of state-owned enterprises will come from improving the quality of management tasks such as planning and leadership. Those Chinese SOEs are strongly encouraged to develop and implement well-thought-out strategic plans to guide their business activities. Oral and written evaluations, impromptu meetings, remediations, and other performance management strategies are techniques that are not only guaranteed to be effective, but also help individuals and companies save time, money, and effort. This allows them to better monitor their progress towards their goals and act on the insights gained. Leveraging technology in PM systems makes it easier to monitor progress towards goals, resulting in increased employee engagement and job satisfaction. Replace labor-intensive and error-prone manual methods that have been replaced by new modules. If an employee achieves their goals, they can launch a reward and recognition program, developing a central location where teams can observe each other's development and performance may result in a more trustworthy and vetted workplace. Technological advancements have contributed significantly to performance management by facilitating the creation of audited trails that business can use to investigate and evaluate past actions. The system is responsible for providing accurate assessments and assisting in the development of incentive and reward programs for employees. My presentation is finished. Thank you for listening.